What is up, Mav fans and hoop heads? Wish everyone good vibes out there. I'm AG, your host. Welcome on into another episode of Mavs Rundown. I appreciate you all for listening. Actually, today the vibes are quite immaculate as the Mavs take down New York Knicks at New York, 121-100 in blowout fashion. Get into that how, but basically that third quarter was a doozy for the Knicks. But yeah, take down the Knicks after just a disappointing loss at Detroit. Just everything that could go right for the Mavs kind of did go right. Well, all's well that ends well. The first quarter wasn't so good, but you know, throughout the rest of the game, everything ended in Dallas's favor, man. Hot shooting by the Mavs. This was just an awesome game. A nice get right game, and also against an opponent, which of course Jalen Brunson. We all know it's on the other side, so nice to get victory on him, and hold him down to only 13 points. So yeah, let me go ahead and get into the rundown of the game. Tim started again tonight. Tim Hardaway started in place of Reggie again. Reggie was available, but no Seawood tonight. No Christian Wood tonight. It was listed as a non-COVID illness. So I don't know what's wrong with him because he just played the other night and he was almost out because of the same thing. But now all of a sudden tonight he couldn't play, or today he couldn't play. So I don't know what's going on with him. Definitely need him out there on the court. Just kind of just a whole Christian Wood situation with the Mavs and Jason Kidd. It's all weird. Wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't end up on the if he doesn't stay on the roster by the end of the year because just the way the vibes everything are with him, it's really weird. But yeah, he was out tonight. So no Seawood, so you're basically gonna have these other guys step up. Because that's pretty much how the Knicks were going to defend that. So the first quarter, the Knicks jumped off to a 14-5 start with like some hot shooting. Julius Randle was just hot, started cooking early, and really they just had their offense kind of flowing, and then their guys were making jump shots at the beginning. Like that's basically it. They were making jump shots, and yeah, the Mavs tried to catch back up, but the Knicks kind of finished that quarter hard, and they ended up being up 32-20 at the end of the first quarter. The Mavs offense was just not there. We were kind of clanking a lot of shots. It just didn't look good. Low energy. But man, right at the buzzer, Luka even made a half court shot, but it was literally the buzzer sounded. It was point zero, and it was still just slightly in his hand. So it doesn't count, and that was momentum we needed at the time. Doesn't go our way. So the whole first quarter wasn't our way. No one was really stepping up because Luka was not shooting well. Like in the first quarter, he was 2 of 8 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. No one else was stepping up, and obviously the defense. And I said the energy was slacking. Second quarter happens, and the Mavs are able to fight back in this quarter. But I mean, the Knicks end up still up at the halftime, 59-52. So we cut the lead down. But Mavs are still in this game. And really, it shouldn't have even been a game at halftime. Like, the Knicks were shooting 55% from the field compared to the Mavs shooting 33% from the field. So, really, the Knicks should have been just blowing us out. But the Mavs were fighting in this one, man. And we're only down 7 at halftime. So, that was actually a good sign to see that we were shooting so poorly. But yet, here we are, only down 7. So, good stuff. We had Julius Randle looking like an all-star at halftime. Had like 21, 3, and 2 at halftime. Brunson at halftime had 8, 2, and 2. Luka 11, 3, and 3. Spencer 12, 6, and 2. And Tim 11, 4, and 2, 4 and 1. And I don't know if y'all know this about stats, but yeah, when I say those stats, just in case for y'all don't know, the first one is always points, second one's always rebounds, third's always assists. So that's the order usually when people read off stats. That's how it goes. 11, 3, and 3 is 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, like for Luka or whatever. So just one little side note right there. But yeah, so at halftime, guys are kind of hitting their shots or whatever, hitting a little bit of a stride, trying to make a little comeback. And then the third quarter happens. Guys, this third quarter, the Mavs put up 41 points. 41. And held the New York Knicks to 15. So it was a 41 to 15 quarter in favor of the Mavs, and this was just it was like halftime. Everyone was like, all right, we need to stop messing around, and we came out in the third quarter just smacking. The third quarter happens, and basically to sum it up, Luka had 19 in the quarter, and Tim Hardaway had 17 in that quarter. So, and not only we get hot on offense, the defense usually comes along right with it, and they were tonight. They were on a string on defense, especially in that third quarter. Held them to 15 because they were just all over them, making them take tough jumpers and tough contested shots and stuff. Really playing the last year's Mavs defense, end of the year playoff run defense. That's what kind of defense we've seen in that third quarter. Is really good. Tim, so many threes. I was gonna go through all what happened, but there's just so many threes. Tim had like three threes after it was like, okay, let me go into the third quarter. The Mavs had tied it up. We were losing 59-52. Mavs tied up with some hot shooting, 65-65. And then Tim hit, with Tim hitting two threes, and Luka hit a three. And then after that, Tim hits three more threes. Mavs go on like a 19-4, 18-4 run to make it like 78-68. And from then on, when we went up that 10, like that was it. It was like we were already up 20 when we went up 10 because of how much of the lead and how much they were dominating so far. And the third quarter was such a flip of everything. It was just took the air out of the depth of the gym. They were all rooting for the Mavs by the end of the night. But yeah, that third quarter happens, and it's basically a game because all fourth quarter was all basically just garbage time. They had some minutes at the beginning, but then they emptied the bench first and early, or like midway, probably through the fourth quarter, and then Mavs did the same, and we got to see some Jaden Hardy minutes. And guess what? He got his first buckets in the NBA. Congrats, Jaden Hardy, getting his first buckets in, and his first buckets are at the fucking Garden, so that's pretty dope. Had a nice size up. Had to switch on a center, sizing up who's actually a good center for them. Young player. I think it was Sims, Jericho Sims. I don't know his first name, but Jay Sims, who's been solid for them too. Young center, like a good young prospect. But sized him up and just took him off the dribble too fast. Had a left hand layup right over him, trying to block it. Perfect. Then he goes on a little bit later in the possessions. In that fourth quarter, he gets a three to knock down. So hey, man, he got his first couple buckets. Pretty dope. I'm sure for him it's finally good to see the ball go in an NBA game, and now he could just focus on being how he is in the G League in the NBA. And honestly, just seeing him, I didn't know how he was gonna look, but he definitely has a role in this team. Like he has a role in this Mavs team at some point. I don't know how soon. That's depending on the coach and and all that. But I mean, I would not mind to see him with how good he's doing in the G League, to give him at least 5 to 10 minutes a game, just see how he handles it, just to see what he does in those 5 to 10 minutes to help him. When Luka, especially without a third ball handler, like put him out there 5 to 10 minutes with Spencer or Luka next to him. So that way he's not like the only guy, and just help out the offense, see what he can do. So that's my take on him. I think he definitely could at least help. 5-10 minutes won't hurt. And if he doesn't do so well in that, I mean, kind of you can pull him and regress, let him develop a little bit more. But I think he definitely has deserved maybe 5 to 10 at least. And especially if we're not playing him over Frank and all that. Come on, man. I give that guy some freaking minutes. Some other notes from this game, I put down like Mavs have to. We had that big third quarter. But with not being such a good rebounding team, man, the Mavs got to gank rebound. There's way too many times where they're all just watching the ball, and the ball is just getting rebounded by the other team. Offensive rebound after offensive rebound. And it's pretty ridiculous at this point, because it's not because we don't have a guy that can go up and get, 10, 15 rebounds a game. It's because the effort. Like, guys are just not blocking out their man, like the simple stuff. And in the end, that has to go on coaching. Pointing out the simple stuff to the guys, like, block out your man. Like, it's not that hard. Just make sure your guy doesn't get the rebound. Too many long rebounds too. I get it if it's tough right on the inside, but those, and they got usually a taller center that just grabs it over our guys. But those long rebounds, that's just effort. Long rebounds are all just effort. Like it was just bad. That's the only gripe I have right there. But otherwise, man, great game. Luka came out, had a 30 piece, 30 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, 3 blocks. Uh, Really good shoot, 11 to 21, 4 of 9 from 3, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. So he's continuing his hot shooting, especially from 3. Been shooting it hot from 3 lately, so that's pretty good to keep it going. Spencer Dinwiddie showed up tonight. He actually had the biggest plus minus on the team. From only having 2 points last game, 0 of 2 field goals. He was 17 points tonight, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. Wow, he had almost a triple double and a block on 6 of 16 shooting, 3 of 8, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Not bad. Good night for Spencer Dinwiddie and good rebound game. And then the biggest game of them all, Tim Hardaway tonight, man. The flamethrower was on for him. Another great Tim game. He's doing well in the starting lineup here recently, especially the last three games he's been in it. He had 28 points tonight. He was 10 of 17 from the field and made 8 threes, 8 of 13 from 3. Great stuff from him. And also I want to mention, he was great rebounding tonight. Tim Hardaway, I don't know how he was doing it, but he had 7 rebounds tonight. And he was get some good rebounds in there. It wasn't just like, a ball came off the rim wrong and he was the only one kind of running to the court chasing. No, he was going up getting rebounds tonight, man. Good for him. Getting 7 boards in there with an assist and a steal to go along with that. Great shit from Tim. They put him in the starting lineup has really kind of just sparked this offense, helped give him more offensive firepower. Obviously, there's other things we could change about it. Defensively we could talk about, but just good to see getting him in, getting him a rhythm and shooting. Whether we're gonna keep him or help, this helps him in trade discussions, whatever trade bait. It doesn't matter. It's just good to see Tim knocking down shots that he should be making. Let's see. Dorian had not so good game. Good defense by Dodo, but really bad shooting. 1 of 8 tonight. 1 of 7 from 3. I'm glad he's at least shooting it, but they just didn't fall tonight. But it's okay. Keep it up. I want to keep seeing you shoot like 7 threes a game, or at least close to like around 5, at least. But he did haul in 5 rebounds and an assist. Dwight Powell, good minutes tonight. 6 points, 7 rebounds. Kleber came in, did some good things in here tonight. He had 13 points. He had 3 threes actually, which were pretty good to see him. After last game as well. Not our last. I forgot. Which game was it? He's kind of been up and down recently, and so it's good to see him start knocking down some shots, especially 3 threes. What we need him to do, especially he's always there, solid defensively, but his offense can be shaky. So it's good to see him knocking down some threes. Reggie Bullock tonight, 25 minutes off the bench. He had 3 threes as well, had 10 points. He was starting to come into form. Hopefully, January is coming early, and now he's going to start shooting good in December this year through on the rest of the season. That would be nice to see. JaVale McGee came in, and only 5 minutes. Didn't really do a whole lot. Same with Frank in garbage time. Josh Green, though, 7 points, 2 of 6 shooting, 1 of 4 from 3, 2 of 3 free throws, had 3 rebounds and 5 assists to go along with 2 steals. So just after causing chaos, it's good. 27 minutes, doing good in those minutes. I think taking away, again, minutes from these other wing guys that give them a break. And now we have, again, we have our backup wing in Josh Green. So that's a good sign to see in his development this year and his progression that he could take that leap and at least be that, that extra wing help we need. Because he can go out there and he's playing really sturdy defense. And he can guard somebody, but now he's taking his offense to another level where he's not just a liability or you're out there going, oh no, what's he gonna do when he starts to dribble or anything. He's kind of you're more calm when you're seeing him start to dribble. You're like, okay, just be careful, be careful, and usually makes the right play. He's been doing really well. He had one nice underneath pass to Luka for a layup. I think that was this game. Yeah, it was really nice. But yeah, good stuff from Josh Green. Theo Pinson got some run in. Didn't score, but got some run in. And then I've already gone over Jaden Hardy. So great stuff by the Mavs, man. Able to Jaden Hardy be our victory cigar. Put him in at the end. Go and get some buckets at New York in the Garden. hopefully the guys are living it up tonight, doing well, unless they're already on the trip back home. But New York, hopefully they're eating dinner and stuff, and talking trash to Jalen Brunson, who only scored 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. He was held, solid game if you're just looking at number wise. But from what he's doing this year, that's way below. He's averaging like 20 and like at least six assists or something like that. So definitely held him in check. That was good to see. Definitely did want to see him go off for like a 40 burger against us and them win, and then that just make us this whole situation look really really bad. But that was him. That was his game. They'll show him love at the end of the game. Julius ran 21 points at halftime, only 3 points the rest of the game. So just put that in perspective. Mavs, yeah, they kill it. They're now back to 500. 2-8 on the road, not good, but hey, it is what it is. Back to 500 though. It's time to build on that, and it's gonna be tough because here coming up on Monday, we play here at home. We play Phoenix at 7:30, an NBA TV game. That's gonna be big. Then we fly out to Denver and play Denver on Tuesday, back to back at 9 o'clock. That'll be on TNT. And then Friday, we're back at home versus Milwaukee Bucks at 9 o'clock. And it'll be an ESPN game. So, a lot of big games. And even right after that, it's at Chicago, flying to Chicago, playing Chicago. So, nice, tough stretch of games, especially this whole month. There's going to be a lot of tough games this month. So, Mavs and Mavs fans better buckle up because it's going to be a doozy. And hopefully the Mavs kind of turn things around because we definitely don't want an under 500 record after December going into the new year. So hopefully the Mavs can learn from their mistakes like they did last year and learn them earlier than last year and, turn these things around faster. So great stuff for the Mavs. That's pretty much all I got. Gave y'all when the next game was. So yeah, if you want to follow on Twitter, it's at Mavs_rundown. If you're listening on YouTube, it's also on Spotify. If you're on Spotify, or wherever else, the Mavs Rundown is free, always free on YouTube. You check it out anytime. And I'm AG. Thanks for listening, everyone. Remember, cool heads prevail, and I'll see y'all next time on the Mavs Rundown.